Plug it in and get ready to rock.
Sit your ass down, put the hands off the clock.
With Renegade Pineapple so sublime.
Like, comment, subscribe. It's time! Yeah.
Hello! Welcome back to Control. So we're about to go and look for the phone. But obviously, first my little bit of house cleaning, which I've decided to call Control. So the recording that Tomasi left in the previous room at the end of last episode, I think that was about, because he said it was in Havana, so that must have been about the cowboy boot. So that stuff must have come together. That's it. That's the only bit. We're going to the third episode, tiny little bit to do. But then there's also some notes that I've got from around here, so I want to read one of them because I think it's interesting. The other two, mildly interesting, I can just explain those afterwards. So this is about Butte again, which was where the light pole cord that teleported people was, so there's more information about that. According to their testimony, the agents have been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Oceanview Motel and Casino, which was from another note about covering up places using things like motels, and Oceanview stood out because it was in a landlocked state. I don't know where Butte is, but if that's in a landlocked state, then that all fits together just well. Maybe we'll look into that later. And discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which is like on their logo, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel card found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. So the other one implied that they got teleported from pulling the cord straight to the oldest house. But they got pulled to somewhere nearby that they also are doing stuff at, and had already been doing stuff at because it's already called the Oceanview, and then did something else to get back here. So they must use these hotels as little gateways to bring them all back to the oldest house. So this must not be the first person who's done this for them to have gone, yeah, let's use a ritual to get back here. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Oceanview Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways, like here. So I wonder if these other places have the same thing going on as this. Maybe they're like a part of the oldest house. Maybe the oldest house sort of stretches everywhere in different forms. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. That's... okay, so there are some here, so I need to not pull any light cords. At the time of writing, blank light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the blank and blank sectors. These all access the Oceanview Motel. So they don't just teleport you randomly, they specifically all take you to the Oceanview Motel. Though how exactly this link operates is blank. But initial hypotheses centre on the Butte AWE as a blank, as like a master switch. So that's like doing it to the others, I think that's implying. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. So they're here. So I said last time, it's still out there somewhere, but they're here as well. And the fact that it teleports them all to this Oceanview Motel, which in another note implied that I might double check that note, but it implied that they were doing stuff there already. Is the oldest house just sort of part of everything? Something to think about. Okay, so mixed looking into stuff further just then. Butte is in Montana, but the Oceanside thing, the other letter, was about locations in Nevada. So I suppose it still could have teleported you that far. I guess it's teleporting you. There's no reason that it couldn't have done that. I just feel like the note would have maybe mentioned that it was different. The other note that was around here was just a check-in list for people coming to see the phone. And it has Trench over and over again and a custodian. But the name of the custodian changes on the last one to someone else. And something must have happened to the previous one. Oh, that's a...
switch cord.
You want me to pull the light switch? Oh no. I guess I have to pull the cord. I thought I was getting to the phone. Here we go then. Okay. Notice, Oceanview Motel and Casino entry point. The law of three applies.
Whoa. Have we been here before?
Okay. So they're using them to their advantage.
There's a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them.
That's so fucking interesting. I love it. Right, all the doors have symbols on them rather than numbers. Spooky. That door's copyright. That door's triangle. That's the black pyramid door. So that's our way back. I wonder what happens if we pull the light switch cord again, though. So we've been teleported, and it happens so seamlessly as well. It's beautiful. So now we're in Nevada, I guess.
Hello? Anyone here?
Pacific Northwest. Ranger, natural. Does that say anything specific? No, don't know that it does, or not that I can recognise. That's about Montana, though. I might be just a little confused about the geography of the situation. But let's see what else is here. So the phone isn't here. So it wasn't like you're teleporting to come to the phone because the phone stopped ringing. There are phones here, clearly, but not the phone. These ones are numbers. Okay, and it's blue like the other end of the hallway was. Is there anything to do here? My only question is, what's my next move? Do I go through the black triangle door, which is how they got back, or continue pulling the light switch? Because I'm not sure if one will stop us doing the other. I don't think I could walk across anyway, so maybe we go through the triangle door. Oh, it's locked. So we can't, but that's how they got back. Right, so I guess we just pull the light switch again. I really feel like there must be something. I'm going to scan around a little bit more. I don't want you to have to watch me look for nothing if there's nothing here. So I'll just look around a little bit. Okay, so having looked around just a little bit more, there is basically nothing else here. But I did notice this poster that says, "Welcome to Montana." And there's a whole, like, they're not next to each other. So I'm confused about the whole Nevada, Montana. There's posters for other places. There's a poster for Texas. And that note might have just been talking about, well, there's a New York one. There's a couple of New York ones. Miami. Obviously didn't look around that thoroughly, did I? That note might not have necessarily just been about one area. They might have been talking about Nevada, but then also thrown in that maybe they were doing it for research and then also talking about stuff going on here. The only thing that I want everyone to remember before I leave, in case it comes up, is that the only open room is 224. I don't get why there's only one room openable. And that the black triangle room isn't that room. Because even that would make more sense. And we definitely can't go in here. Alright, let's pull the switch again. Oh, I've got to do it 3 times. Oh, wait. If I'd only... Does the rule of 3s apply there as well? Send me back. If I pull it once... it actually still works for stuff here. No? Why did it make such a interesting noise? Did it change something here? I'm confused. Oh! When I ring the bell, the doors change. Because 224 was the door that was open. I said we had to remember that in case it was useful. Okay, there's a key in here. So there is a puzzle to be solved around this place. That makes sense.
Black pyramid on it.
Oh, and that's how we get in the Black Pyramid room. But let's see what the other room is. So me dinging the bell changes the doors. That's so weird. That's really cool. Right, so now I've got the Black Pyramid key. Now I can go through there. That's so... I mean, a little confusing, but very interesting. Right, is that the original light pole? And that is a painting of me walking over to the phone. The painting of the walking over to the phone, fine. Painting of me walking over to the phone, that's the terrifying bit here. Uno. Dos. Tres. And we're there. Right, so that's brought the path back. Very interesting. Was that sign say anything different? No, same thing. Right, now we can go over to the phone. That was a very confusing section. You really had to figure out the bell puzzle, but I guess that's why it was the only thing there that was interactable. Hotline Seashell is a transmitter bridge. Directors can call the board long distance. Complete the astral plane challenge. Okay, I could do that. We've done this before. I like that it says seashell. Is that like the magic conch? Is that the iconography of the phone being able to talk to you from everywhere? What is happening there? The hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. How am I going to do that? Oh! Didn't realise there was a gap there. Am I supposed to run away from the thing? Attack it? What's going on with this thing? Is just creeping me out, if I'm honest. Seems to be impervious to my bullets, and I tested it with quite a lot of bullets. And through that as well. So, do I need it to chase me round the square so that I can get past it? Oh, it adds to the wall. Alright, I think I'm just supposed to move past them. I think they're just unkillable enemies to avoid. Alright, same here as well. Let it start chasing me. This seems a pretty easy one. And then jump past. Okay, that's weird to put them in now. Are they going to be enemies that we can't kill, that we just have to run away from then? In the real world? I mean, all the stuff from here tends to reflect it. It's fine if it's just here, that's kind of better for me. Less of a threat if it's trapped in one place. Hotline collectibles menu.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I'm back in the office, aren't I? Or is this the little floaty office? It just happens to look exactly like Trench's. Oh, nosebleed. Speaking of Emily.
The hotline. I can reach Trench.
No, I was back in his office.
He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
Yeah, but also we need to look into the fact that it seems like the hotline is a collectible. It said collectible menu, but it said it like that's what the another name for the phone was. All right, let's read about the phone quickly. So there's not a lot to take away from this other than that it still bonds to you like everything else. So it was connected to Trench, but now Trench dead, so it's connected to us. That's it. There's not really a lot else here other than that only the director can use it. Is the only thing. So more confirmation with the official director, because I feel like the phone would have killed us if we weren't. So from this menu, it seems like I can just literally call people up whenever I want. So maybe we should go through all of these. I watched the video again that was in the previous clip, which was out of sync in both versions for whatever reason, which seems really weird. But the doctor, is it Salvador, described it as being like a Ouija board, which was kind of interesting. Oh, is this just the videos that we've seen?
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast.
Oh, Darling, that's the doctor, isn't it? Not Salvador.
Cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home.
Northmore.
I'll damn well do it here.
So the director before Trench was Northmore. That seems important.
Swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong.
Oh, okay.
Has he been compromised?
So Trench didn't trust Darling. That's interesting. Yeah, so these are just more videos. Oh, but this is all asking him stuff.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst.
Traitor.
Conspiracy plotted right behind me.
So he didn't trust Darling, and now he's saying there was a traitor.
Assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust.
Because the hotline talks to the board.
The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with.
And the board is that weird voice in the astral plane when it shows you the pyramid.
I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a rain cloud making me forget. The hotline.
Making him forget.
I must reach the hotline.
So I wonder if there's another object of power that can actually do the things he thinks is happening to him. Right, the management team.
Director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomas.
This is the one we just saw, isn't it?
Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead.
Okay, some extra information in this
My
that's
body.
pretty dark.
My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
Okay. So a lot of them feel like parts of them are stuff we've seen, and then there's extra stuff coming. So I'll just go through all of them. This is the one I'm really interested in, though. I want to know what he says about the hotel.
Motel and casino is
Motel.
your friend.
Holiday Inn.
Everybody go hotel, motel, holiday inn.
I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country. Back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream.
Yeah,
Same
that's why they turn him into that.
anywhere and nowhere.
They're forgettable.
The Oceanview operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those
Okay.
trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid.
Which is what I found.
The many other doors are still mysteries to us.
Okay.
We're all merely guests.
So maybe that's a place we'll keep going back to, and there's more to find.
Sometimes I need to visit.
We'll have to get
Easier for
deeper into the rabbit hole before that.
It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
Okay.
Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built.
So he knew the hiss was coming.
A web spun, turning this place against me.
Well, assumably he didn't know exactly what it was, but
Corner of my eye.
knew something was happening.
Just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't
So
heard
do I.
back from Darwin.
We all need answers.
I fear for my friend, my closest ally.
Okay.
I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago.
So in this one he says he's his friend and his closest ally.
all in danger.
But in the other one he said
As director to keep the Bureau safe.
he thought he was a traitor, right? He didn't trust him.
Done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Control. Okay, so that's all the things we can talk to Trench about, even though he has conflicting things he says between that one and that one, I think. Yeah, I'm sure he said he didn't trust Darling, and then says that he's his closest friend in this one. I mean, he can be his friend and distrust him, I suppose, but it feels like that's not how you would word those things. Let's try talking to the board, I guess, about being a director. Hi, Pyramid. I know, I am the director now. We expect dependence. You are authority, chosen one. The Bureau game needs you. It's definitely trying to do a bit of a meta thing with the game being part of the control, but there's enough going on that I don't know that it necessarily needs that layer. Alright, let's go back and talk to Emily. Try and find out some more shit.
When I tell them about you.
Oh, we're going to tell her about the kaleidoscope?
Tell Emily? She
Probably.
might be able to help.
Yeah, she might be able to help, but also, do we trust her? That's sort of a bigger question, I feel. Is it worth telling someone that could potentially be against us still? We've only, like, talked to her a little bit. Are there going to be more dudes? Yeah. One down. Two down. Anyone else? Anyone else? There's a guy, so there's probably one on that side in roughly the same position. They seem to like to show up symmetrically. I'll let him stay there. I'm going to check this other side for guys. Oh no, no one showed up. There's stuff here because in between episode I went back to look for more documents. That's why there's still some blue shit on the floor. Have a chair. Why don't you take a seat? Like that gives you just enough cover to really shoot people in the face. Big fan of telekinesis. Where's the other guy going? Oh, there. They're trying to hide underneath me. Any more for any more? Someone over this side, perhaps? Definitely need to go over and scan over all of their stuff to see if they dropped anything useful as well. Can't see anyone. Ah, there's a guy. Don't particularly like when they shoot me back, though. Personal mod energy recovery. Weapon mod accuracy boost. Seems decent. I think that's the kind of thing I would put on if I had more than one slot. Which at the moment I've only got one, I think. So we'll probably stick with what we've got. Maybe not. Maybe I'll look into it later. But for now I'm going to leave it as it is. Let's see if I can... Are they still the darkest toilets? Yes, they are. And we're going back... that way, I guess. Where is she? The boardroom. It's a confusing layout even just seeing it like this. And even shifted and stuff. It's just weird to look at. Central Executive. Is where I need to go? Can I use the things to teleport? Is that... what is... Is that why the little symbol's on there? Yeah, fast travel. Nice. Why is... oh, mailroom is where I am. That's why mailroom's red. We want to go to Central Executive. Okay, back here. Where's she's up in there in the boardroom, isn't she?
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss?
You've been doing some work.
Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
Initial impressions. Is this going to be about us? She's clearly been digging through all of the shit. Not sure what that is. Let's talk after I read this document. So no, that document wasn't about us. It was about her thoughts on the hiss. There was not really a lot there other than the fact that she's sort of repeating things she's already said to us in the document about how the vest things that they're wearing protect them and how we're immune to it and why we could be immune to it and some theories on that, which include that we could have been corrupted, but she's dismissed that theory based on the fact that we're not like the other hiss in any way. But still goes back to the fact that maybe the hiss is something to do with us and the kaleidoscope, and the reason we can cleanse all this stuff is because we're the ones that put it there in the first place so that we could infiltrate the place and replace Trench. Maybe, but seems unlikely. Let's have a chat.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
Okay.
And Marshall?
Because I mixed their names up
Marshall is
before.
head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production.
So I guess that's
She
where we're
hasn't
going.
come back.
Research
Someone
then.
could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Yeah.
Maybe I can find a way.
Maybe the kaleidoscope could solve all of our problems.
No training in this extreme situation. You are doing phenomenally well. And all
Yeah,
that
I'm pretty
doesn't
great.
seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
I mean, if I'm doing a good job of solving it, maybe you should just let me solve this problem before testing me. Then again, testing me might be how they solve the problem.
Understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Cool. Angry swimming pool shot once more. Seriously, who was like... Are the lines supposed to be windows? My main concern is still the lack of windows. There's Ahti. There's got to be more to Ahti, isn't it? He's going to have some wisdom that helps us solve this, I feel. He's that kind of character. Oh, documents down there. Don't forget about those documents. Maintenance got a lot of plants, huh? And what's going on down here? Red light, never a good sign. Oh wow. The fuck is that thing? That's concerning. I don't even know what it is and it's concerning. I've got some ability points. Sweet. I can get the overrides next. Sweet, so I can go and do that. Let me just have a quick look through my menu.
Singing. Where's it coming from?
I'll go look.
Oh. Oh, she's still got a red triangle. I can talk to her more. I'm gonna check the menus quickly. Okay, so we had upgrade points, but I don't know how I use them. It says I can unlock stuff by upgrading, but I can't figure out how to do that. Oh, I can deconstruct this stuff. Does it then become points I can use? Maybe that's the thing we haven't unlocked the ability to do yet. I'm not sure. I'll look into it between episodes. I also have another hotline thing for the board, so let's do that one quickly. It's short as well. Yeah, they tend to talk less. We're at war. Hostile takeover. The hiss is the opposing force. Foreign power. We will provide. Countermeasures strategy. Accept ingest them at control points. These countermeasures missions will benefit you. We will give resources rewards. For each completed countermeasure... Oh. For each completed countermeasure. Okay, so we'll do more stuff for them. They'll help us, is what they're saying. We're assuming we are going to trust the board, because, I mean, the big talking pyramid seems a little shady. What else can we talk to you about?
Hi, Jesse.
Oh. Why did it have red triangle then, if there's not a new thing to talk about?
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
This is, yeah,
Don't worry, I love going over
this is stuff we've already
So
talked to her about.
objects of-
Doesn't seem to be anything else, so I wonder why
Thanks, Emily. I'm
she
sure
comes
I'll
up with the red triangle.
Just let
Maybe
me
she
know.
just always has that. Oh no, it's gone now. Maybe it was just left over from previous. The game hadn't taken it out yet.
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
The situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing. Trench was
So Trench and Darling arguing.
Time to work. Meet me in
Ahti.
maintenance.
Meet me in maintenance. I thought the lift wouldn't work. Maintenance access.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Yeah, why is he beckoning us down? He's clearly got something else going on. I feel like maybe he's the real director.
The maintenance
Ooh,
sector is the
It's
janitor.
bloody dark for a second.
If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti.
Yeah.
Felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Definitely feels like... I mean, from the second you saw it, there's just something about him that feels like he's that kind of character where he's going to know more than it makes it seem like he is. There's stuff to get in there. But that's a level 2 room. Hopefully we find the level 2 key down here. Very red down there.
The override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
Greatest thing I've ever seen. There's a lot of dudes to fight as well once I do get in there. That's always fun. Assuming we'll open the door and they'll all drop from the sky ready to shoot me in the face. Oh, there's some dudes. Oh, they haven't noticed me yet. Okay, now they have. Stay down. Man, even with them just dropping people on top of me, it's so much easier now that I can give them that little bit of knockback to give me some time. Cleanse! Cleanse! Ooh. Ah, oh, I like it when it reveals stuff. That's more interesting than just becoming regular walls. Hidden things. Okay, nothing else around here by the look of it. We can fast travel to here whenever we want now. That's still locked. Obviously don't need these satellite dish looking things, like radars, to make this stuff work. Consider maybe that's how they activate in the first place, but I obviously don't need them considering I picked one up and threw it and then can still do it. Black Rock Quarry. Black Rock Processing. Ventilation Janitor's Office. Okay. No notes for me down here. Oh, more dudes. Oh, come on. That second shot should have killed them. Need to work on getting the headshots in this game. Because I don't want to rely purely on the... Whoa, where was that even coming from? Don't want to rely entirely on the telekinesis. Is that coming from like below me or something? Is that why I can't see it? Ah, there. Anyone else? I know there's going to be more of you. Here they come. Yeah, you're not even getting over anywhere near me. Oh, time for you. Oh. You're a little too close and I don't like that. That's when I want to be using it. Ooh. Easy now. Jeez. I was definitely shooting him towards the end and nothing was happening. Right, they're all dead. There's a thing there. Ritual Impulse. That sounds like it could be an interesting one. Can I get near this? No, this is the stuff that hurt me when I got too near to it. So is this the black rock it was speaking about on that sign? The black rock seems to hurt me. Let's hope that big processing thing isn't for processing black rock, if that's stuff that seems to fuck with me. It's a very brightly lit room. Ah, nice. Feels like this is the first bit I've walked into where there aren't, like, threshold remnant. Where there aren't documents everywhere. So, I feel like I'm missing stuff if I'm not going to pick up a crap load of documents just by walking around. Still just going to have a little check. Had a little look, couldn't find anything. That's where we already checked. Yeah, maybe not. Seems weird to walk into any section and not find like 3 frickin' things to read. Kind of happy about it, but at the same time feels wrong. That's got a picture of Ahti on it. Is this Ahti's room? That's where the music's coming from. Okay. Let's just check around here as well. A Murray Chase. Investigate the strange light in the break room. So I've got a thing to do there, and Ahti's just there. I think that's a good place to leave it. Next time I'll go and talk to Ahti, and I'll see if I can do this as well. Yeah, I like that there's more than one option of things to do. That's cool. See you next time. Goodbye.
That's not what you told Sam.
Wait, what did he tell Sam? Wait, notes, save me. Oh, my notes just say banging Violet. That's not useful.